What's going on, guys? It is part 2 of the 815's budget build that we are doing in the Sequoia. In this video, we gotta go ahead and pull out the seats, pull out some of this stuff back here, get ready for planning and designing the box we're gonna put in this thing, so let's get into it. Real quick, I just want to remind everybody, we are giving away this American-based XFL 15 absolutely awesome sub. Now, at the moment, we're at about 75,000 subscribers, but by the end of this series, should we get to 80,000 subscribers, I'm going to be throwing in $300. Should we get to 90,000 subscribers, I'm going to throw in $700. And should we get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to throw in $1,500, guys. So really appreciate y'all, and cannot wait to send this along with some cash out to one of y'all. So the main thing I want to accomplish today is getting out these seats. I've never actually pulled these out, but shouldn't be that bad. Once they're out, that'll give me plenty of room to measure and figure out exactly how much room I have. Okay, so if I have my box going back to here, which gives me about 10 inches between it and the door, I think it's going to be 60 inches deep. That's what we have figured so far, talking with my builder. So that would come right to here, which is not bad at all. Definitely leaving plenty of room to run everything I'll need to run to mount my batteries and amps and all that fun stuff. So this is the box that I originally had in my truck. While I'm doing this build, I thought about putting it back in there. There are 2 budget 15s that you would like me to review in the truck. Let me know. Maybe I'll throw this back in there and we'll do that. Next thing I gotta do, I'm gonna vacuum all this out. Kind of just clean anything up that I need to clean up. I just absolutely hate working in a really dirty environment. Next up, let's start pulling out some of this stuff. I'm gonna start with the amp over here because I don't need that. We can pull that out. We can pull out my meter. I think for now I'm gonna leave the 1 battery that I have and this amp because this is what powers my speakers. And I do drive this car to and from work every day, so would like to have some music for now, but maybe we'll figure something else out as we tear the rest of this out. So I've got this little Alpine amp right here that I actually can really easily wire into here to power these speakers for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That will allow me to go ahead, pull this amp and all this out, but still have music in the car. Amp is hooked up, just tested it out to make sure everything worked. It does. I gotta say, this little amp, very impressive, guys. Honestly, sounds just as good, if not better, than that little tar amps I've got back there. But anyway, let's all get all this back together and buttoned up. Then we can start pulling out stuff in the back. Been a long time since we've had this all out. Looks so much neater. I hooked up this 1 lithium battery, just that way I have plenty of juice while I'm driving around with this thing. So I did some measuring. The box will come about to here, which is good news. So when I put in these grounds, I made them extra long, which means my battery bank is right here in front of the box. All my grounds are long enough. These are frame grounds. This is a body ground, and I have one more body ground right here. This one might be too short, but we'd rather have to make one than have to make a bunch of them, so not gonna complain. Now, one thing I gotta do before this is show ready is there is this air pump in these things that are notorious for going bad. All they are is an emissions related thing. They don't help the car run any better. They don't do anything important whatsoever. Problem is they are way below the intake. Kind of a pain to get to. If I was to take it to a mechanic or a dealer, it'd be a $2,000 fix. If I was to order all the parts myself, it'd be $700, and I could definitely do it, but again, it would just be more work than I really want to take on. Now, the problem is that when this fan is going bad, it just makes this really, really annoying sound at idle. It doesn't always do it, but some of the time it does. Really annoying and absolutely no good for demoing. So, fortunately, I found this company online. I think it's called Hewitt. But anyway, they make a little computer thing that you basically plug into the plug right into the air pump. It basically bypasses it, and it tricks the ECU into thinking that there's nothing wrong. So this will keep me from getting any engine codes, and it'll just basically turn off the pump. Super stoked on this. This was only $155, so let's see how it does. There's a darn snake in here. So annoying. There he is. Little black snake. Get out of here, bud. One thing you gotta do, you gotta tap into this guy right here, and I went to open it up, and I realized, looks like it's already been sort of tapped into. So I'm looking at these wires. They ran around to here, and there's already, looks like they had kind of jimmy rigged something into here, so you can see there's a little resistor on there. I wonder if they had got the code before, and they sort of jimmy rigged sort of the same thing to trick the computer into thinking that everything was fine. Now, back when I was doing a lot of work on my Subaru, I would do that a whole lot. If I removed something and I needed the ECU to think it was still there, if you get the right resistor, you can basically hardwire that in, and it'll trick the ECU into thinking all is good. Okay, I unplugged this guy. It was actually kind of soldered on there, but got it off, turned the car on, everything was fine, acting as normal. So again, my guess is it was a sort of simple fix for this. But hey, we don't need it. We're gonna tear all that out. Absolutely hate when there are just random extra wires ran somewhere that don't really have a good purpose and that look messy, so we're good to get that cleaned up. Okay, you can see what they did here. They cut this wire. They then ran it up through this relay somehow, and it's got this resistor in there. I hate when they cut factory wiring, but I guess they had to do what they had to do. So we're gonna fix this back to be like factory. Then we'll plug in our new unit and be good to go. All new and good as OEM. The wiring portion of this is all done. That's easy. That's, of course, what I enjoy doing. Ran all the way along there, turned it on. Everything seems to be okay. Now we have to wire it. Now we have to put in those little block-off plates I got. This one goes right in there. Got that one in. However, this side is giving me a lot more trouble, so had to pull off the wheel. As you can see, it's that right up there. Now the outside one busted right off, so gonna be a little more gentle with this one. Sprayed it down pretty good. Gonna let it soak, then just gonna see if we can get it off from here. Very thankfully was able to get that bottom bolt off without breaking it. So I was able to put the little blocking plate in there. It'll just have to do with one bolt. Again, it's not really doing anything super important. I believe it's just an air pump. But now we can get all this back together. Nice, no engine codes, and I do not hear that fan anymore. Hey guys, took a while, got messy, but we got something done. Also, look at that beautiful voltage. Shoo!